Hello again. There are, without any doubt, unresolved tensions in Britain as regards ethnic minorities. These tensions are caused by the fact that precisely the same urges which all people feel are treated as healthy and normal in immigrants and foreigners, but dangerous and racist for the majority population in the country. The best way of illustrating this is to give two examples of precisely similar behaviour and look at the very different ways in which this behaviour is generally viewed. First, let us consider the case of a white family living in a street where all the other residents are white. One day a family of Africans moves in next door to them. Then, a couple of months later, another family moves in on the other side. The white family feel irritated and start muttering things such as, "There goes the neighbourhood." Now, what is the view among right-thinking and modern people of this kind of attitude on the part of white people? Why? That they're awful racists, of course. Alf Garnett types who don't want to live in a multicultural society. Probably Brexit voters and Daily Mail readers into the bargain. Dreadful, backward-looking people. Little Englanders. Let us now consider the case of a Sylheti family arriving in this country from Bangladesh. They know hardly anybody in Britain, so it doesn't really matter where they live. They could choose to head for anywhere at all. Where will they live? The Lake District? Tunbridge Wells? Perhaps they'll want to live in Cornwall. Why no, they make a beeline for either the London borough of Tower Hamlets or perhaps a former mill town in the north of England, Rochdale perhaps, or Halifax. Why would they prefer such districts as potential places to live? Well, they prefer to live next door to people who speak their own language, eat the same foods as them, follow the same religion, share similar cultural practices, dress the same, and so on. They do not wish to be minorities in the district where they live. This makes them feel uncomfortable. This feeling has, of course, led to the establishment of what one might call enclaves or ghettos, where some ethnic minority tries to become a majority in the local area. This is all very right and proper, of course, and part and parcel of the vibrant and multicultural society in which we now live. What may not be immediately apparent to everybody, though, is that both these two examples are motivated by precisely the same feeling, the desire of ordinary people to live among those who share their culture, to have neighbours whose behaviour is readily understandable, to meet people at the shops and in the street who think like them, talk their language, people whom they understand, and so get on with. This is what is behind the attitude of the white racists at whom we first looked, and it is also the same as the hypothetical Sylheti family whom we saw arriving in this country. The tensions which this produces in Britain is a product of the very different way in which these same identical wishes and desires are treated in 21st century Britain. The white family, you see, will know that it is considered quite unacceptable to speak out loud of their concerns. They will only confide these in quiet tones to those whom they can trust, close friends or relatives perhaps. Even then there's always a danger that some young member of the family will accuse them of being racists. This means that a lot of the time they're unable to talk freely about something which is a matter of great worry to them, that the area where they've spent their lives is changing out of all recognition. How very different is the situation for the Bengali family. Everybody, white people and Bangladeshis alike, will sympathise with their desire to live among their own kind. They are, after all, strangers in a strange land. What could be more natural than to wish to live next door to others from the same country? The fact that this often results in women who have lived in Britain for 20 years being unable to speak English and to require an interpreter at the doctor's is, of course, neither here nor there. We are understanding and we look kindly upon them. The white family, who are well aware of this, consequently feel angry and resentful. How come they can't speak their minds, but everybody on the other hand wishes to sympathise with the strangers? It is this which causes some tension in Britain today. People who feel exactly the same way, with exactly the same reasons, find that some are able to talk about what is troubling them, while others must remain silent under social pressure or even the risk of legal action.